What's going on today, guys? It's your boy Alpha Grants here, and I'm back with another video. So, I was gonna do a DoorDash video today, but I ain't get that much orders. So what I'm gonna do is, like I did with my last one, if y'all haven't seen it, click right there. It's my last DoorDash video I just did, but like that one, I'm gonna do 2 days in a row type thing, because like I said, I didn't get much orders. Today, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about how I got into, music and this in general, I guess. I guess it all started when I was just like real young. Back in Chicago, Illinois, about four or 5 years old, right before I moved back here. So I was about 5 years old, and my uncles both played music. So did my grandpa as well. Well, both of my grandpas actually. Long story short, I guess you could say my step grandfather and then my actual grandfather. And I don't mean it like that in any way, because I love them both the same. RIP to my grandpa Terry, which was my dad's dad. But yeah, they all did music, and so I grew up around it. My dad didn't do music or anything like that, but he had the love, the stereo systems. He had everything a musician wanted, besides like the microphones and all that shit. Like and guitars, and he was a listener type thing, and still is to this day. I get him into a lot of music. He's gotten me into a lot of music, stuff like that. So it started off with that, and honestly, I just, really loved just the sound of music. So I started off kind of like my dad, and just really found a place for music, and try to figure out what I really like more, what I don't like. And I had brothers too, and their friends, and majority of them listened to rap music. So me being younger, and let me say this is all right. So I started liking music and everything. Then I moved away to down here in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was about 6, and I never dabbled with making music or anything like that until I was later on, and we'll get into that later on to the story. But I just, I had a love for it. I really liked, I remember hanging out with my buddy and just like joking with him and saying, oh, I made this song, and it was like a Boyz II Men song, and I was just trying to be cool, and stuff like that. And he was like, play it then, and I couldn't. I dabbled around with a lot of music, and I just got sick of hearing it on the radio and taping it off of a cassette tape and waiting for it. So figured out other ways of doing that, which is LimeWire. So I was a kid, and I downloaded LimeWire, and the rest. I would make CDs, for myself to listen to in the car, like, for when me and my buddies hang out or stuff like that. Being kids, nothing too serious. Other than that, it was just, I really fell for a passion in it. And I was about 11, I want to say 10 or 11, when I started dabbling around with like LimeWire and stuff like that. It really made me be like, what if, like, I don't know if I thought like, well, I could do this, because I don't really remember saying like, oh, I can do this. Like at that time, I was just more or less just loved music and wanted to just experience it all the time. Didn't know what I wanted. I just wanted music all the time around me. I was like going to dances, like going to sock hops, shit like that. Even being a young, non-sociable kid, still loved doing it. But it wasn't until about 11 or 12 that I started, I would start kind of just like, not freestyling, just like kind of just like rapping songs with my friends and shit. Like, songs originated just to each other, you know, and just stuff like that. 13, I moved back to Chicago because of Hurricane Katrina down here. And I'm 13 years old, middle school, 8th grade, new kid. So, I don't know what the hell to do, you know? So, I'm just a shy, you know, try to talk to people, but like, people won't talk to me, you know, because fuck you, I'm the fucking new kid. Who are you, dude? You know, I tried to interact with people, and then this one kid was like, because I looked at him and I was like, hey, in class, because he was staring at me. And then he spread a rumor around that I was staring at him and all this shit, and I met a few friends. First person I ever met there was this like foreign kid. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I remember me and him became really cool. And then my buddy Greg came in the picture, and he bounced around schools and shit like that, and he told me about that, you know, different places, you know, different things. I gotta get him on here and we could talk about some shit. There's shit I don't even know about that I'd like to talk about, and just stuff that he can get off his chest, because I'm sure he would like that. Yeah, like he came up to me and was like showing me that he wrote music. And I think he recorded a song at like his cousin's, or it wasn't until after, or something like that. But I remember we would hang out. We became cool like that. He'd come over to my house, my parents met him and shit, and I met his parents. Like, we're cool like that. A couple weeks in, I had this microphone that I bought, you know, for PS2, for this game, Get on the Mic. Well, it came with the game. Put it together in my mind, think, this is a USB. I have a shitty ass computer in the front room. I can hook this up to that and find some recording software. This is me at 13 thinking of all this stuff. You know, I don't know what I was thinking at 13, but I was thinking something. I had a goal. I still have this goal, and this goal is finally happening. But I have had my ups and downs in life and stuff like that. I chat too much. When I get on to a topic, I remember something and I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about that. I don't know if you guys like that or not. I mean, if you do, let me know in the comments. I know most of y'all like it short and simple, so I try to make it short, but it never ends up like that at all, like I'm doing right now. But anyways, so Greg, met him, hooked that shit up, found this recording software called Audacity, and he recorded When It Rains, It Shines is the first song he recorded, I remember, at my house. It was so cool to us. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we thought, fuck, we're gonna be rich tomorrow off of this shit. Like, or we got so deep into it, man, and, you know, we just started recording more songs. And then eventually I started hopping on music, because he was pushing me. He was like, come on, man, do it, you know? Like, we started our own little thing, Bree Cole Records. And funny thing is, dude, I just keep remembering stuff. Dude, I gotta write this shit down, bro. Like, and have everybody come on this podcast at once. Or on here. Something. Bree Cole Records, we started that. And then we just started dabbling with the music more. And eventually met new people that wanted to fuck with the music in other states from Louisiana. So we did music with them. And it was crazy how it all worked. I don't even know how I ran into them. It happened. Sean and Wes. Probably not even watching this, but I'm gonna send this to you now because, yeah, I want you guys to see it. But yeah, so I started rapping with them and stuff, and we started doing music with them. I think even at a point we had a beef. They had Ice Cole Records, and we had Bree Cole Records. But it was just us being like kids, and just we wanted to be the West Coast, East Coast type shit, man. And just we just kind of did our own thing, man. We never, like, we were inspired by, like, 50 Cent and, like, The Game and, like, Fabulous and shit like that. That was our inspiration, you know, growing up. Then Soulja Boy and stuff started coming out, and I started fucking with that type of new age type shit going on. And I just really started getting into that and really wanted to do like that and auto-tune and all this other stuff. And I was just dabbling around. I still do to this day. All right, so we met them, and then we met more people. We just met so many people on the internet, and even just at school, we met this dude named Cody that wanted to start rapping with us, and then he became really cool friends with both of us. And then we started hanging out all the time. And then we started making music all the time and all that. And fucking, I ain't gonna forget about you, Pat. Pat McNabb. You were in there too. You just didn't rap with us. You were just gang, you know? But that was our little like clique, and you know, it was fun. But yeah, we met Cody, and then he started rapping with us. Shit, man, it was fun, you know, as kids being kids. But then we got older. We still kind of rapped together. I rapped more with Cody in like the mix, and then me and Greg, I mean, we all did it, but then high school came around. We all went to different high schools. So we tried to stay in touch. Me and Greg, we were still close because we were in the same town. It's just we had two different schools. And he went to one and I went to the other. I mean, it was just on the opposite sides of town. But we still stayed in contact as much as possible, you know, a lot. You know, we hung out all the time. And then I got into the mix with, when I was about 16 or 17, I got into a group called Mob Action Clique. Man, I need to get high. Talking all this shit. So yeah, I joined this group with two other individuals. I guess we didn't do anything wrong. LA, and I can't remember Robbie's rap name, but LA and Robbie. So we all did our thing. We even did a couple shows, stuff like that, but then it just got, you know, I had school, I had a girlfriend, I had my own music, and then I had to do the group stuff. So I just got overwhelmed, I think, back then. That just kind of made me start, I guess, kind of pushing people away. You know, what I felt, you know, was better for me type of shit. And so, and I lost a couple friends during that time too, which sucked. But I ended up leaving the group. I messaged LA and told him about it. And then, I mean, he didn't like it, and I understand. I mean, fuck, you know, I'm the one producing all your music, bro. I'd be mad too. It didn't feel like it was the right, you know, environment for me, especially because he would just be so fucking bossy. And just, like I said, that was back in the day, you know, we were younger and just shit like that. Like, we just didn't know how to manage our time, and just, I didn't know, I was growing up. They were older than me. Robbie was about the same age as me, but LA was quite a bit older than us. We were just kids, and, you know, I was getting overwhelmed because I was mixing their shit, not really producing much. I didn't really produce beats. Engineering their shit, and having to write my own shit, and then doing a show, and, you know, having a girlfriend, trying to stay away from drugs and just shit, you know, just trying to be a kid and do the music shit at the same time. I don't want to say the wrong people, but the one wrong person, you know, that just really kind of screwed it up. So we ended all that, and I messaged LA, I think on Facebook or MySpace or some shit, I don't know. Told him, you know, what was up, and he got upset, of course, and I mean, he got mad and he told Robbie. You know, Robbie didn't understand why I did it, you know, and I didn't explain why I really did it, you know. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I didn't give an explanation. I didn't think, you know, that far into it. I just was like, I'm done, you know. Why do I have to explain? But, I mean, I should have. But, I mean, LA told Robbie probably something crazy, I don't know. Maybe didn't lead them to beefing with me, and I went to school with Robbie too, and we had gym class together and shit, man. So it kind of threw it off, you know, because we were cool, and then now it's just like, fuck, man, now I gotta go to gym class. And I tried to explain to him what was going on. You know, he did understand. I could tell he understood. At the same time, he was like, damn, you just left us like that. You know, like, yeah, I did. I kind of did. You know, I didn't mean to leave him like that. I wish I would have thought about shit the way I do now and back then. But, you know, the past is the past. I have love for everybody, and, you know, it's all good. That happened. So, about 17. Yeah, about around the same time. I totally forgot this. I met my buddy Brandon Majestic at the time. He goes by Gutta now. I need to hit him up, to be honest. He's in a rough spot right now, so I should probably do that, health-wise. Nothing like drugs or anything. It's just. So I met him. I met Majestic, and then after that, he came down from Wisconsin to where I was staying, and we linked up with, like we all did a show together, yada yada yada. I missed that whole part, and he was the first show that we did together, and that was crazy because I meant to do it on MySpace, and now he's with us, and fucking dude, I thought major shit was about to happen. Then I got my priorities fucked up. I had a girlfriend, lose my virginity. You know, I dabble into that world now, and now I'm like, damn, I like pussy. Fuck this music shit, man. 17-ish, I'm guessing. 17, got a girlfriend, loving pussy. So doing that all the time. And it's just, it got my priorities fucked up. Then I started hanging out with more different people. Still hanging out with Greg here and there. But then I started meeting new people in high school and shit like that, and met other people from these people, and they were musicians and so on and so forth. So we all linked together. Ended up another situation where it just didn't work out. So me and my girlfriend, you know, had that still dealing with the music shit, not understanding what the fuck. And I started dabbling into cough syrup. You know, just getting high now. I'm fucking, oh man, you know, lean. Started doing that shit. Guess I just really got too deep into the excitement for it, and just, yeah, it just kind of made me change as a person, I feel. Because that's all I did at that time. I didn't even smoke weed. I barely did that because I was scared of doing that. But cough medicine just made me feel, you know, nice. And it just made me feel a type of way. And I felt like, damn, I want to feel this way all the time. You know, at first I remember it was cool. You know, I liked it. Then I just started liking it more. Got into that, and then, but I don't even know if I was like addicted to it or not. But I didn't, when I quit, I didn't like throw up or anything, but it wasn't like an everyday thing, I guess you could say. So I'm like 6, at this time, dabbling into drugs. 18, 19, so we're skipping a year. Like 17, I met them. I'm still with my girlfriend. So I was 18 at this time. I turned 18. And, you know, I just started really just doing anything. I was smoking weed now at this point. So I just was like, fuck it, you know. Then I even did K2 a couple times. Fucking, but the main thing was cough medicine. I just loved the feeling of it. And so I got into that, and that changed me as a person. I just felt lost even more. Me and my girlfriend break up. You know, I'm fucking lost. I'm just doing drugs. Fucking being an asshole to my parents, of course. Forgot to add that in there. But this wasn't because of music. This is just, see, I'm dabbling on again. I was fucking 15 minutes of just talking about shit. I'm talking about my music career. I guess this is part of it too. But yeah, I guess this is where I got today. I lost my girlfriend, or we broke up, and met other girls, and then ended up dating other girls and just shit like that. I wouldn't say all of them were bad, because they weren't. Couple very successful, and a couple that went downhill, but then came the fuck back up, you know, like, that's mad respect, you know, like, I'm grateful for that, you know, and then I have had some that